You're watching BBC News. It's at 9:33. Time to catch up with all the Oscar nominations in Entertainment 24 with Andy May.
Hello, good evening. As you've been hearing all day on BBC News, Oscar nominations have been announced in Hollywood ahead of a glitzy awards ceremony later next month. Plenty of A-listers like Brad and Ange, Kate Winslet and Meryl Streep got a mention, with Slumdog Millionaire and Benjamin Button grabbing the most nominations. Heat magazine's film editor Charles Gant is here. So, Charles, Kate Winslet gets a nomination for The Reader, but not for Revolutionary Road. Is that a surprise?
It was a big surprise to me, I've got to tell you. The Golden Globes, she was nominated in both, and she won both. The BAFTAs, what they did was they put her both films into the leading actress category, which of course she can only win one. And I thought that Oscar would very much follow the Golden Globes. They would nominate her Best Actress for Revolutionary Road and Supporting for The Reader, even though The Reader is not a supporting performance. I mean, it's very much a lead performance. But what Oscar has, sanity has returned. Oscar has said, no, The Reader's a lead performance. We're nominating her for that, but not for Revolutionary Road.
The amazing story continues as well. The massively successful Slumdog Millionaire, 10 nominations.
10 nominations for this film, which is now considered the frontrunner, but bear in mind, 3 months ago, this film was the complete underdog. It's a film that a third of it's in a foreign language, there are no major stars in this movie, it's a relatively low-budget film. This is a real sort of underdog triumph that's now leading the pack.
It's been a massive success, though, hasn't it, in the cinemas across the UK?
Oh, in the UK, amazing. And, this is a real sort of word-of-mouth hit. Audiences are, rooting for it, they're telling their friends, and it's doing well in other countries too. It's doing very, very well in America, and it's going to expand hugely tomorrow on the back of these nominations.
10's a lot, but 10's not the most. 13 for The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
Yeah, which is, I guess that makes it the front runner, and of course that film has also got nominations for actors, for Brad Pitt, lead actor, Taraji P. Henson, Best Supporting Actress, whereas Slumdog Millionaire didn't get its nominations for actors. In a way, that sort of makes Button more the lead film. I personally think that even though it's got all of these nominations, it's probably not going to win the big categories. I think Brad Pitt will lose to Mickey Rourke or Sean Penn. I think that David Fincher, the director, will probably lose to Danny Boyle. So I can see, other possible winners in a lot of the categories it's nominated in. Technically, I think it will clean up because this is an extraordinary technical achievement, particularly in terms of visual effects, and it's just, amazing. Brad Pitt, born as an old man, becoming progressively younger throughout the film, is a sort of extraordinary thing. A film that could not have been made 5 years ago. 2 years ago, they invented their technology to make this film.
And what about you? What about any personal favourites you've got among this year's selection?
I really wanted The Wrestler to be nominated for Best Picture. I knew it wasn't going to happen, and of course it didn't. But thank God, Mickey Rourke did get his nomination for lead actor, and also Marissa Tomei from this film has been nominated. It's a fantastic movie. It's my personal favourite, and I hope to see Mickey Rourke winning that Best Actor prize on the night.
Thank you for coming in, Charles.
My pleasure.
Charles Gant, film editor of Heat magazine. Jonathan Ross will be back on our TV screens tomorrow when his BBC One show Friday Night with Jonathan Ross returns after a 3-month break. Speaking after the show was filmed this afternoon, he said it was nice to be back and that all his guests had been lovely and funny. It seems he started the show with an apology for those prank calls to actor Andrew Sachs, saying, as the kids say, it was my bad and I apologise for any hurt or distress it's caused. As they came out, the audience seemed quite impressed.
Did a brief apology at the beginning, said he was sorry for hurting everybody's feelings, and I think he's done that now. And now we've got to move on, haven't we?
It was superb. Started with a humble apology from Jonathan Ross, which is genuine. He was genuinely upset if he'd hurt anybody. Sorry if he'd hurt anybody.
And he's had a nice 3 months at home watching Sex and the City, basically, and eating crisps.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Gavin and Stacey star Joanna Page is to star in the Vagina Monologues. The actress who plays Stacey in the BBC Three series will take to the stage when the hit show comes to Cardiff's Wales Millennium Centre, where the girl Sian Lloyd will also appear. Well, someone who's worked alongside Joanna Page is the actor Russell Tovey. I spoke to him earlier about the new series he's starting on BBC Three, Being Human, which is on this Sunday after success as a pilot programme on the channel.
Brilliant. It was part of a sequence of pilots that BBC Three put out there, and just saw what the public thought of them, the reaction and stuff. And the reaction to our one was massive. There was like a petition online, and people were writing into points of view and Facebook sites, and suddenly like it got made. So that's like brilliant. That's exactly what you want for shows, that you already get an audience there behind it.
Is that a good way of developing new comedy shows and new shows on telly as well?
Yeah, I think so. I think it must be new for England to do that, for British TV to do that. From what I know Americans do pilots all the time. They have a whole pilot season. They put stuff out there. And I think it's the first time, well, one of the first times they've done it here, and I think that's brilliant. If that's the way it works and people like this before it's come out, that's great.
As I mentioned, you worked with Gavin and Stacey.
Yeah.
How did you find that?
Or fun. It was good, yeah. I was working with James anyway. I did History Boys with James Corden, and we was on Broadway, and the show got greenlit, and he said, do you want to come over and do a couple of bits in it? And I said, yeah, all right, that'd be a laugh. And then we were there, and it was fine, and then suddenly it's massive now. I get recognised from that more than anything else. I had like 4 lines in it.
And finally, rumours about you possibly being Doctor Who. Did you audition for it?
Which are not rumours anymore. Which is, yeah, I mean, yeah. Everyone goes
you
like,
went
yeah,
for it.
yeah. But Matt Smith is awesome. He's a quality actor.
Maybe in the future then?
I don't know. Be the assistant, maybe.
Yeah.
Or a cyber pig. I don't know. It's something.
Russell Tovey. That's all your entertainment news for now. I'll be back next week at 6:30. In the meantime, you can get more online. bbc.co.uk/entertainment. Tim.
What a nice guy, Russell Tovey.
He is,
Isn't
yeah.
he? Yeah,
He'll do well.
Thank you very much. Now, a court in China has sentenced 2 people to death over the contaminated milk